a particular batch of engineering college, there are 90 students, each in 4 different departments, visually ECE, CAC, ME and EE. The IT department has only 60 students. That means in all there are 5 departments. The following graph shows the number of students passed, failed in the English paper of the second semester examination. It also shows the number of students who applied for re-evaluation of the same paper. Only the students who initially failed in the paper were eligible to apply for a re-evaluation. After re-evaluation, some students passed while the others could not pass even after the re-evaluation. All the failed students along with the absentees have to clear the English paper next year. The number of passed and failed students as captured in the following bar chart only indicate the situation before re-evaluation. The passed and failed students taken together indicate the number of students who appeared in that paper. Difference, if any, between the total number and the appeared number of students from any department is due to the absentees. Now, let's look at the question. What was the pass percentage of all the streams taken together before re-evaluation? This is a very simple take. We have to calculate the pass percentage. That means the total number of students passed from all the branches put together divided by the total number of students. So this will turn out to be 63 plus 70 plus 38 plus 54 plus 61 divided by 90 into 4 for 4 branches plus 60 into 100, or this can be written as 286 upon 420 into 100 is equal to approximately 68%. The closest option is 68.1%, so the answer is option D. Next, if less than 70% of the students who applied for re-evaluation pass after the re-evaluation from each department, then for which department the ratio of the passed student to failed students was the maximum after the re-evaluation? Now understand this question. In this question, it is saying that of all the people who applied for re-evaluation, less than 70% of the student passed. Now less than 70% could be anything. We don't know. Fine. So, and we have to find out the department for which the ratio of the passed student to failed students was the maximum. Fine. Now let's see. First of all, let me assume that the number of students who passed among the ones who applied for re-evaluation is maximum possible and less than 70%. So let's see. There are 5 branches: ECE, CSE, IT, ME and E. Fine. In these branches, ECE 12 people applied for revaluation. So the number of maximum possible people who can pass is 8. 8 is 66.66%, which is maximum possible and less than 70%. Similarly for CSE, 10 people applied, so maximum possible is 6. Do not take it as 7 because it is less than 70%, not 70%. Fine, so 70% would be 7 and less than 70%, less than 7 would be 6. For IT, 14 people applied, 70% is 9.8, so less than 9.8 is 9. For ME, 20 people applied, 70% is 14. I have to take less than 14, so I'll take 13. For E, again 9. Fine. So the number of people, these are the number of people who passed after applying for revaluation. People who originally passed, I will add it to them. So it will become 63. Here it is 70. Here it is 38. Here it is 54. Here it is 61. So this is 71. This is 76. This is 47. This is 67. This is 70. I have to calculate the ratio of passed to failed. So passed are 71, 76, 47, 67 and 70. And failed are 19 in this case, 12 in this case, 12 in this case also, 17 in this case, and 19 in this case. I can clearly see that this ratio is the highest. So my answer is CSE. But now assume a scenario. What I did in this calculation is that I assumed that maximum possible students less than 70% from each department passed. But if I would have assumed 1% from ECE, 1% from CSE, 1% from IT, and 1% from E, and 69% from ME, that means for ME I would take the higher extreme end, and for the remaining branches I would take the lower extreme end. My ratio would change. In that case, 0 people will pass from CSE after revaluation. So in that case, my answer would become ME. Or if I take it for IT, maximum for IT, that is higher extreme end from IT, and lower extreme end for EC, CSE, ME and E. So in that case my answer would change again. So there are several solutions possible for this question, and we cannot explicitly determine the maximum ratio for any department. Hence the answer is cannot be determined. From each department, exactly 50% of the students who applied for revaluation failed even after revaluation. For which department the percentage of failed students with respect to the total number of students is the minimum after revaluation? Now, I will again write all the 5 branches: ECE, CSE, IT and ME. I'm sorry, I don't need to write the EE branch because that's not given in the option. So for ECE, people who applied for reval is 12, CSE it is 10, IT it is 14, ME it is 20. People who passed, people who failed. Exactly 50% failed, that means exactly 50% passed. So equal, that is 6, 6, 5, 5, 7 and 7, 10 and 10. Now I need to find out the percentage of failed students with respect to the total number of students. Fine. Let me see total failed. Total failed would be 27 minus 6, that is 21. 18 minus 5 is 13. It's 21 minus 7, it is 14. And 30 minus 10 is 20. Fine. So, if I look at smartly at this question, I will not calculate the percentage for ME and CSE. Sorry, ME and ECE. For a simple reason, I know that the total students for ECE, CSE and ME are same. So the minimum failed are in CSE. So I will directly calculate the percentage for CSE. CSE would be 13 upon 90 into 100. And since the number of students is different in IT, I will calculate it for IT also. So IT, it will be 14 upon 60 into 100. No need to calculate the exact figure. Just multiply both the numerator and denominator by 1.5, 1.5. This will become 21 upon 90 into 100. I can easily compare that this figure is the minimum. So my answer is CSE. Next. For each department, exactly 50% of the students who applied for revaluation failed even after revaluation. How many students from this batch will have to clear the paper next year? For this question, I will use the data of the previous question. First of all, let me write the ECE branch, CSE, IT, ME and EE. I know that in all ECE 21 students failed, in CSE 13 failed, in IT 14 failed, in ME 20 failed, and in E on calculation I will find that 21 people failed in all. So a total of 21 plus 13 is 34, plus 14 is 48, 48 plus 20 is 68, 68 plus 21 is 89. In all, 89 people failed. If 89 people failed, they should appear next year to clear the examination. But the absentees also have to appear next year to clear the examination. Let's find out the number of absentees. In ECE, I see that 63 plus 27 is 90. That means everyone appeared. 0 absentees here. 70 plus 18 is 88. That means there are 2 absentees. 38 plus 21 is 59. IT had only 60 students. So there is only 1 absentee here. 54 plus 30 is 84. That means there are 6 absentees. 61 plus 28 is 89. That is, there is again 1 absentee. So 2 plus 1, 3 plus 6, 9 plus 1, 10. In all, there are 10 absentees. So I can say that 89 plus 10, that is 99 students have to appear for the examination next year. Answer is option D.